Today's story is about a man whose intelligence and cleverness helped him escape from the most secure and dangerous prison in Baghdad. So, let's begin. In the heart of Baghdad stood an old, infamous prison. Known for its brutal conditions and ruthless jailer, this prison was a living nightmare. Inmates suffered daily beatings, humiliation, and were fed poorly. Despite writing heartbreaking letters to their families, their cries went unheard. The jailer and his guards remained indifferent and cruel. One day, a new prisoner arrived. His name was Hamza. He seemed quiet and intelligent, but like all others, he too was subjected to the same harsh treatment. Guards bullied him, gave him terrible food, and watched him closely. But then, something strange happened. Within a few days, the prison guards' behavior toward Hamza changed drastically. They began to greet him with smiles, asked about his well-being, and even gave him better meals. The other prisoners were stunned. Why were the same merciless guards suddenly so kind to him? Rumors began to spread. Some said Hamza must be spying for the jailer, reporting on the inmates' conversations. That's why he was being treated differently. Many prisoners were angry and started distancing themselves from him. Finally, they confronted Hamza and asked why the guards treated him so well. Hamza smiled and asked, "What do you write in the letters to your families?" They replied, "We tell them how cruel the jailer and guards are. We talk about their injustice and brutality." Hamza chuckled and said, "That's the problem. Before your letters reach your families, the guards read them. When they see that you're cursing and complaining about them, they become even more hostile towards you. I, on the other hand, write only good things. I praise the jailer, say he treats us with respect, and call the guards noble men. That's why they like me." The prisoners were amazed and thought they had found the solution. They began writing letters praising the jailer and guards, hoping for better treatment. But instead of things improving, their conditions worsened. The beatings increased, the food became more scarce, and even the guards turned cold toward Hamza. Confused and disappointed, the inmates went back to Hamza. "We did what you said," one of them said. "We wrote praise, just like you. We even mentioned that it was you who advised us to do so." Hamza sighed in frustration. "That's where you went wrong. You mentioned the abuse again, even while praising them. And you mentioned me. You think you're being clever, but you've only made things worse for yourselves. This place is filled with fools." At that moment, Hamza realized something. He could escape. These people were too foolish to catch on. He began closely observing the guards, looking for weaknesses. Over time, he befriended the most naive and gullible guard, one who was simple-minded and easily influenced. They grew close, often sharing meals and conversations. One day, Hamza casually asked him, "Is this prison really as secure as people say?" The guard, full of pride, replied, "Of course. No prisoner has ever escaped. That should tell you how secure it is." Hamza smiled slyly. "Then can I test your skill? Let's play a game. I'll try to escape, and you catch me. That way, you'll prove how great a guard you are." The innocent guard, flattered and amused, agreed. That night, he opened the prison gate as part of the game. But Hamza was already prepared. He knew the old prison's weak spots. As soon as the gate opened, he darted through the shadows, climbed over the crumbling outer wall, and vanished into the darkness. By morning, chaos erupted. Hamza was nowhere to be found. Guards panicked. The jailer raged, demanding answers. They started blaming each other, arguing over who was responsible for the escape, while Hamza was already far away. The jailer ordered an immediate manhunt. Posters were sent out. A reward was announced for anyone who could report Hamza's whereabouts. Meanwhile, Hamza, aware that he'd be chased, reached the bustling city of Baghdad and blended in with the crowd. Back in the city, the jailer's men spread the word. A prisoner named Hamza has escaped. Whoever helps catch him will be rewarded. Security was tightened. Guards checked every traveler. As Hamza walked through the marketplace, he spotted a wealthy merchant named Qasim. a man with strong ties to the city's guards and known for his large trade caravans. Hamza quickly devised a plan. He disguised himself and quietly slipped into Qasim's caravan just as it was leaving the city. The plan worked flawlessly. While the jailer's men scoured the city, Hamza, hidden among the traders, was already far outside Baghdad's gates, free at last.